everybody, welcome back to the 4-String Strummer, the channel that's all about ukuleles. Today we're going to be taking a step back to the early 1970s with a Jim Croce tune, and I'm going to also teach you a new little strumming technique. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the tune for this week is Bad Bad Leroy Brown, and I remember as a kid when this one came out, we thought it was the coolest thing because we could sing baddest man in the whole damn town, and it was as close to swearing as we were allowed to get. So anyway, this is a good old tune, and I can't believe we haven't done a Jim Croce song. I mean, what are we, like 150, 200 videos in? We still haven't done one of his. Anyway, here's the chords for it. Let's start off with that. So it starts with G. Well, the south side of Chicago, A7. It is the baddest part of town. And then we go into a B7. So this B7, you can play this a couple of different ways. There's 3 different ways you can do this. If you go down there, and basically what you do is it's just like steps of stairs. So you start at the 2nd fret on the 2nd string, you go to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and the 4th fret on the 4th string. Okay, so you can just do it like that. You go down there. Now another way you can do this is you can play this with a bar chord. I know. So bar chord is just at the 2nd fret, and so bar right across there, and just drop your 2nd finger here on the 3rd string at the 3rd fret. So it's B7. Now, there's another way that you can actually do this as a B as well if you're more comfortable with that. So if you've got your B flat shape like that, you just slide it up one more, and that's B. You can play it as a B as well if you like. Okay, so again, you've got B7, you got B7, and you've got B. Now, if you are having a little issue with the bar chord, another thing you can do, and some people like to do this, is they put their 2nd finger over top of their 1st finger, kind of stack them up to give you a little bit of extra squish factor there, and use your 3rd finger for the chord width, basically. Okay, so back again, let's start. South side of Chicago with G, we go up to A7 as the baddest part of town. And if you B7, go down there, you better see. Just beware of D7. D7. Man named Leroy Brown. Back to G. And it just cycles that way through the whole song. Leroy's more than trouble. You see, he stands about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him sir. So it's that same chord progression all the way through, even for the Bad Bad Leroy Brown part. All right, let's take a look at the strumming now. All right, so this one was made for our style of playing. It sounds great with the paintbrush. So you just hit with your thumb, brush with your fingers. Well, south side of Chicago, it is the baddest part of town. Just like that. You play the whole song like that if you want to. Sounds really good. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we did a video, I think it was 3 weeks ago, can't remember now, on doing that Chuck thing, right? So that you can get that muted sound. And that works nicely on this type of a song too. So, outside of Chicago is the baddest part of town. Now, when you've got a chord that has 3 fingers down, or 4 fingers down, or you're covering 3 strings or 4 strings, you can also mute with your left hand if you want to, instead of with your right hand. Just by doing that little chord pump kind of a thing, like, watch. See how my fingers just kind of loosen just a little bit. So it goes from this to this. Okay, so that'll also give you that sort of a rhythmic kind of pumping sort of a sound. You can also use your sledgehammer strum here too if you want to, where you hit with your thumb, you brush with your fingers, and then you come back up. So it's a lot like paintbrush. You guys that have been around, you know this. You hit it with your thumb, brush, and come back up. So instead of paintbrush, it's sledgehammer. Well, south side of Chicago, it is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Okay, so you can do that as well. All right, let me show you a cool extra little tip and technique that we can use for this week. Here we go. All right, so as I mentioned a couple of weeks back, we did that Chuck thing here. I'll put a link up here that if you want to click on it and go back and see the lesson on how to do the Chuck, you can get to that. Now, this week what we're going to do is we've got that Chuck thing. Now, what we're going to add is a little bit of a rhythm. So what you're doing is you're actually hitting the top of the instrument. I'm just going to lower this down just a little bit so you can see the instrument a bit better. Okay, so what we're going to do, and when you come down, you're hitting, getting that sort of a sound. So you get the Chuck, and then you also getting kind of a cluck, kind of a sound out of the Chuck and Cluck kind of thing. Sounds like something from KFC. When the south side of Chicago, it is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Okay, but it's like anything. Use this, again, like the spices, right? When you're making something, you don't want to use it too much, but every once in a while, it gives it a nice little oomph to your sound and a little bit of an extra rhythm, breaks it up a little bit for you. Okay, so the other thing that we can do here, so let me show you. Well, the south side of Chicago, it is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, and you can switch your strum over to just a single down. Go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Boy's more than trouble. You see, he stands about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him son. And it's a really nice form of accent strumming. Again, we did a video on accent strumming a while ago, but it's basically just changing up your strum as you go along to take a certain part of the song and kind of separate it out from the other parts of the song and add a little bit of different sound. All right, so let's get into the tune. Here we go. Well, the south side of Chicago, it is the baddest part of town. If you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now Leroy's more than trouble. You see, he stands about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him son. And he's bad, bad Leroy Brown. He's the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, Leroy, he's a gambler, and he likes his fancy clothes, and he likes to wave his diamond ring in front of everybody's nose. He got a custom Continental, he got an Eldorado too. He got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun. He got a razor in his shoe. And he's bad, bad Leroy Brown. He's the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, Friday, about a week ago, Leroy shooting dice, and at the end of the bar sat a girl named Doris, and oh, that girl looked nice. Well, he cast his eyes upon her, and the trouble it soon began. Leroy Brown learned a lesson about messing with the wife of a jealous man. And he's bad, bad Leroy Brown. He's the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, the two men took the fighting, and when they pulled them from the floor, well, Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. And he's bad, bad Leroy Brown. He's the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. All right, we're going to have to do some more Jim Croce. That one was a lot of fun. Play around with it, see what you think. Try that little Chuck and Cluck technique that I showed you today. It adds a little bit of rhythm. You can see I was kind of doing it a little bit more on the chorus part of the song. You can throw it in wherever you want, but kind of a neat little technique. And yeah, you will feel it on your fingers at the end if you do it too much, so that maybe that'll be your gauge as to how much you should be doing it. Don't forget, folks, check out our new Facebook group, the 4-String Strummers. Lots of really nice, positive-minded ukulele folks on there. I'll put a link in the description for you. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so we can get more of these videos out to lots and lots of people. Okay, that's it for today. Till we see you next time, keep smiling, keep strumming, and have fun, maybe with one of these videos right over here. Bye for now.